Yes, I know that
Andy, bye. Kumari.
I
Can
know
go.
that
Please go ahead.
yes, I know starting this journey, what I learned very powerfully, that cooking is a very important responsibility as we put in the energy of peace, of love, of purity, of that deep level of silence into the food. Our thoughts and our feelings are great energy. And whoever eats that, cooking with that beautiful energy of love and experiences, that empowerment, that happiness, and that joy. We can do so much service. I know at the headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris, we have brothers that have degrees and everything, but so many of them are working in the kitchen for years, but their love and their commitment in terms of sending sweets to all the centers throughout the world and cooking, etc. They have deep, deep alertness, concentration, and putting that energy of empowering, uplifting, and nurturing. So relax and enjoy.
Wonderful. So we see this wonderful team together. So who's going to give us our first start?
Sister Shirley.
Sister Shirley. Welcome, Sister Shirley. Let's go for it.
I'm going to do an easy roly-poly recipe. And in order to save time, I've made a filling. The filling is with some potatoes that's cooked with a little bit of thyme and salt and mashed up a bit. And I stir-fried some spinach and added to the potatoes, mashed potatoes, and a tomato chutney. Make it a bit dry, let the water dry up, and added it to the spinach and potatoes. But you can make any filling according to your choice. Sometimes you make soya mince with potato and tomato. I've also tried the green mug. You braise the mug, you add carrots in and a bit of dhania and spice it up according to your taste. So whatever filling of your liking, choice and liking. And this is the dough that I make. The dough is 2 cups of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and 125 grams of butter.
These recipes are going to be available, right, Sister Shirley?
As well, yes, it's going to be available. Yes. And also just make a soft dough with a little bit of sour milk and warm water. So this is the dough that's made. I'll just roll the dough.
One of Sister Shirley's specialities is super clean. So as you may notice, a beautiful energy in spirituality is just being organized and the cleanliness, and then the beauty comes naturally.
And when we organize, then we're not so stressed, no? I know sometimes when you work and come back late, it's not that easy. But if you try, like maybe weekends, doing some preparation and all these recipes will be available on YouTube. Sometimes you can just experiment and see, when there's a little bit of irritation and some moodiness, and you cook food and give the family, the children and grandchildren. A little while after that, you just see how the behaviors are. Food has a great, great effect on everyone.
They become happy and silent and full.
Yes. You can also make them silent through the quiet cooking and putting all that energy.
So, Sister Shirley, in here, even those that are vegan can just use the other butter, and everything else is wonderfully the same. Yes.
Yes, and you can use the wheat-free flour, the Ferrari flour. Sorry, I'm thinking about the Ferrari car, but sorry.
Please take note how when things are done peacefully, which is a very important energy with consciousness whilst cooking, sometimes we rush, and in the process of rushing, the vibration that goes into the food is not that which will serve our bodies or that of others. So take note today, after you watch each demo, besides the recipe, it will be nice to know what virtues you have picked up from each of our sisters today that will be demonstrating for us. Because as we add those to our journey, many things happen. So I see the dough is ready, Sister Shirley.
Yes, the dough is ready. And my experience as well, when we're doing things peacefully, everything comes out so accurately. My experience, I know that, there's been times when I've been rushing and things, so then I've forgotten to put salt, or I put extra salt or extra this and that. Also, when we are at peace and things, everything comes out so accurately. So at the edge of this dough, we put in the filling.
And the filling is nice and cool, right?
Nice and cool, yes. And it must be dry, it mustn't be wet filling. And then we just roll it like a Swiss roll. Just cut a bit of the edge. And you get quite a bit, you know, with 2 cups of flour. You can mix the dough with just warm water, or you want to add a little bit of coconut milk for those who are vegan. So. And this is a nice snack for in parties or.
I see our good family is on here today. Wonderful to have you all with us. Our sister Kumari, Brother Mari, Sister Shanta, Sister Saris. Beautiful. Wonderful. So you don't have to put anything at the end, Sister Shirley. It just holds by itself, right?
Sprinkle some cheese. You just pinch the dough a little bit so when you're baking, it doesn't open up.
Okay.
The filling can be mushrooms and a bit of potato. So a little bit of cheese on the top.
I suppose when one has the chance, one can prepare many of these things in advance, then such a recipe can be very quick.
You can bake it and then pack it away in the freezer, or you can, without baking, you just put it in the container, but you need to put cling wrap in between so it doesn't get stuck.
Come on, come with me. I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
Chasing stuff is not what I would consider crazy.
What exactly are you talking about? Brendan is the guy that's not good.
Well, I mean, we still need to bake them and we'll show you the end product. So thank you. So that was the first dish. And we got an amazing team here.
There's another virtue that I am observing. Let us see who else picks up that same virtue. At the end, we will share some of the virtues that we learned from our wonderful chefs this afternoon. So, Sister Shirley, who's joining you now?
Sister Pam and Bhavani.
Bhavani. Yeah, wonderful. Bhavani is going to be with Pam today. And
my granddaughter.
yes, this is so beautiful when we see that often when people think about cooking and they think, well, it's something I have to do. But when we are able to also bring in more energy in what we do, it deepens relationships. And this is a nice way for granny and grandchild to bond, isn't it? Welcome, Bhavani, and welcome, Sister Pam. You want to come a little bit in the middle so we can see both of you nicely? Wonderful. Welcome. So this is granny and grandchild, yeah?
Right.
So when you cook together, what does it help with consciousness? How do you find these moments important, Pam?
I think instilling the good values in the younger generation is quite important. They need
Yeah.
to be observant about the food that they eat.
Mm.
And also the conscious that we cook with is to purify the mind and the soul. So it's not about what you put inside, it's how you put it inside with the soul conscious mind. So for me, cooking for the grandchildren, cooking for anyone, I think it's so important that I cook with a clear conscience and feed everyone with love, a lot of peace, good health. So yeah, that's my.
Wonderful. I'm just going to encourage you to speak just a little louder whilst doing the demo. Okay, Bhavani, also, so that we can hear you clearly. Thank you. Let us go through this wonderful journey together.
Okay, so today we're going to make a chick cheese baked ball. Sounds interesting. And then we've got a coconut cream, a vegan-free coconut cream dip with salad. So you can have it as a snack and you can have it as your meal. Okay, so this is our chickpea we've got. Okay, so this is the chickpea. I've already ground it. I've soaked it, boiled it, and we've made it fine. It's grounded. I'm going to add a little bit of chana flour to it. Chana flour, yeah. So that's a tablespoon of chana flour into the dough. We're going to add some dhania, chopped coriander. Open it. Yeah, so we're going to put a tablespoon of that. I've given the recipe, but this is just your demo. So I'm putting chopped dhania in there. Okay. We're putting a bit of ginger, a teaspoon of ginger, teeny weeny bit of green chilies, because I believe the green chilies is dynamite. We've got some jiru, dana jiru, some salt. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So, and the olive oil. Okay, we put a bit of olive oil in there because we're going to bake it. So that's about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, so you're going to mix it all. And you're going to form a ball. Okay, with that, you're going to form a little ball. Where's the cheese one? Yeah, I need a bowl of that. Okay, so now we take a little bit in the palm of our hand. Everybody can see? Yeah. We roll it around. Here we go. Make a little hole in the middle. A little, right? A valley. We're going to put cheese is your choice. You can decide if you want to put a mozzarella, we put a cheese, we close the ball, and then with our breadcrumbs. So we dip it in oil, cooking oil, you roll it in cooking oil, and then you dip it in, and then we roll it into a flour, breadcrumb. And now we're going to bake it. We're not frying. Everybody's health conscious about the oil. So where's it going? So we're bringing the end product. So we're going to bake it
So you give me some
That's
time.
wonderful. So it's a baking dish
It's a
rather
baked,
than fried. Yes.
not fried, okay? And this is what the ball looks like. The cheese is inside. Okay, so that's it. So we're gonna serve it. That's that one. I'll show you the end product after it's baked. So you know my oven is so quick. It's so fast. I've already baked it. So here's the yeah. Everything is instant. So we've got to wait.
So how long usually you would have to bake it in the oven?
15 to 20 minutes. This is the balls.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to put your balls, and then we got some nice salad to go with it. Okay, and we've got a dip. Where's the dip? We've got a coconut cream dip. Yeah, this is what the coconut cream dip looks like. All right, so the coconut, Bhavani, you're not talking. Hello.
And it was doing the show.
Okay, there we go. So that's what you're gonna have.
So the ingredients of the dip
We
is.
start with the cheese ball.
You said the ingredients, Anna. We've got the ingredients here. The ingredients of the coconut cream dip, we're gonna take 400 mils of coconut cream and we're gonna
Just
put
a
that
little.
in the pan to simmer for a little bit. We're then gonna take 2 teaspoons of olive oil, some fine dhania, green chili to taste. As we said, ours is dynamite, so we put very little. We're then gonna put some ginger paste, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, and then that's also going to be in the saucepan, and that's going to simmer. And we're going to add that to the coconut cream, mix it all in, and add salt or ginger for some more taste.
Right, so that's your dip. Yeah.
It's a nice protein dish as well, isn't it? It's quite rich in protein.
Yes, it is. Yes. I'm gonna take it through here. Right. Do you want me to do the second one?
You showed them how it goes in the roll.
No, this is the chickpea. So the other one is the fricadelle. So do you want me to do the other one or come back?
Yes, do that.
Can I do the other one? Okay. So we've done the chickpea ball. Now I'm going to show you a fricadelle made with green bananas.
And what does the fricadelle, this chickpea ball go with?
Here we got it. We've got coconut cream, your salad, and your chickpea.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so this is what it goes. You can
There's
even
no starch.
no starch. Okay, no starch. A lot of people are worried about the diets. I know Merkaba is one of them.
So it's a nice protein dish that can be used and quite filling
Yes.
besides and doesn't really have any carbohydrates inside. Yeah.
Baked and not fried.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so the next dish I'm going to show you is a green banana fritters. So we got the green bananas. We boil the green banana, we peel it, and we grate it. That's what it looks like. Okay. Then we're going to add some dhania. We're going to add some ginger, bit of garlic. I mean, woo.
Ooh. This is lovely. It's a Satwik dish, yeah.
She's just testing if you guys are awake.
Okay.
That would be the recipe my grandmother would give to her grandkids.
Yeah. All right, then we're going to add some some self-rising flour in the green banana. All right, we're going to put some self-rising flour. I've given the recipe, so 2 teaspoons of self-rising. We're going to add salt, some cumin seeds, a little bit of salt for taste, and chilies is option. And then don't forget to put your black pepper. Okay, so you can put your black pepper. Right, so we're going to mix this and we're going to fry this. So this is not baked, this is going to be fried as a burger. Yeah. All right, so the
Shallow oil or deep oil?
shallow oil, and moderate heat. Shallow oil, moderate heat. So that is done. Can we bring the egg for that? I'm going to fry some of my stove here and let's see where we are. So I put it on the stove. So I've made my banana. I've already fried it. Can you see what it looks like? It's a banana fritter. Yeah. So this banana fritter, I can break it for you and show you what it looks like inside. That's what it looks like.
That looks yummy.
It looks yummy, does it?
And
It's yummy.
doesn't seem to take too much oil, right?
No, it doesn't. No, because the banana is already boiled and it's cooked. So the oil, you're frying it in shallow oil. So it doesn't absorb a lot of it. It's just to get the crunchiness and to give it a little bit of a color. That's it. And it's natural. It's just natural. So you can serve it. You can either serve it as a burger, if you like the burger, or you could serve it with just the chutney. We've got the salad and we've got a tamarind chutney with roast potatoes.
Mm.
So you can have roast potatoes with it. And have you got a spoon? It's fine. So you can put this is your tamarind chutney. It's made with tomatoes and tamarind, dhania, some curry leaves, and it's braised. You can put it on on your burger. All right? Use it like that. That's your.
So is it grated tomatoes?
And your chutney.
What was in your tamarind sauce?
My tamarind sauce was 2 ground fresh tomatoes. It was grated fresh tomatoes with dhania, curry leaves, a mustard seed, a bit of sugar because tamarind's got a bit of acid. So we added a little bit of sugar and a little bit of salt. And that can finish it. You can either eat it like that or you could have it. Wow. Yeah, you're going to have some. You're going to have some. All right. I should have shown you the chickpea ball when it's broken up. Can I do that?
Yes.
There's the cheese.
Oh. So it's nice and moist inside. Yes.
As well. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So let's hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hope you enjoy our cook for all of you.
Bhavani, this must be wonderful to be in team like this with a grandmom. What's your experience with grandma's cooking?
We're always fighting to get my grandmother's recipes. She said that's the one way she keeps us engaged with her. The recipes is different. To be with her today has been such a privilege. It really has taught me the importance of maintaining such a good relationship with your grandparents, and if anything, it's brought us closer, and it's one of the memories I'll definitely cherish for a very, very long time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, sweet. Can you see how much can be cooked and prepared so quickly? But there were certain virtues that you may have picked up from these 2 wonderful angels as well. And at the end of our session today, we're going to remember these wonderful recipes, but also who they are in expressing of their values and virtues. And I hope you're taking wonderful note of those aspects, because everything is as powerful and tasty is according to not just the ingredients, but the vibrations and the virtues with which it is made. And please take note, in both our chefs, they didn't leave the work surface unattended. So this was a clean start for the third journey to begin. So these values are so important, because the less work we create for other people, the better the relationship. It's a very practical thing that we create. Wonderful. And I see our sister Shirley is back. She's going to... Sister Shirley, what are you going to make for us now?
Actually, you are not all here present. We would have given you nice chai and some snacks whilst you were relaxing, but I'm sure some other time you'll be here personally. So this is a veggie soup. I have a small broccoli cut and washed. Broccoli cut into florets. There's 3 medium-sized carrots, 3 tomatoes, and 2 medium sweet potatoes. So I put it in the pressure cooker with a bit of salt. And now I just warm it up a bit to save time. I just pressure cooked it, so to save time and thing. But a lovely, lovely soup. All the veggies are soft. I put a tablespoon of thyme. It's so quick and easy. A bit of black pepper, or you can put chili if you want. And about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You can put butter, tastes very nice as well, if you want, instead of the olive oil. So I'm now going to just use the stick blender and just blend it up.
If you had not put it in the pressure pot, how long should somebody boil these vegetables for?
And it's a lovely, tasty soup.
So if we revise the ingredients again, it's just broccoli, carrots, sweet potato, tomato, black pepper, parsley, oh no, what's it, thyme, olive oil
Or chili.
or chili, yes.
Sometimes when I don't use the sweet potato, I use
Celery.
What's that? Habit squash, which is very healthy.
Ah, habit squash, okay.
And you got a lovely soup. You can either serve it with rolls or you can serve it with croutons. Just sliced bread, cut into cubes, sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, mix it up, and leave it in the oven to brown a bit. And you got lovely croutons to serve with the salad.
With the soup, yeah.
Yes, sorry, with the soup. So that's one dish. This doesn't even take me half an hour to make a soup in the evenings.
And they often say that in the evenings it's always good to eat a lighter meal. And very often on a yogi point of view, always the feeling that not to go to eat with a heavy meal, because when you get up in the morning, it's more difficult. So it's lovely to be able to include something like this in your evening meals. And also it supports your digestion system, because often another wonderful and important health tip is for at least 4 hours before you go to sleep. And in Ayurveda, they say that before the sun sets, if you've eaten, you are in a healthy space of digestion. So these kind of meals definitely help. But I see, Sister Shirley, you are preparing another dish for us.
Yes, this has been prepared in advance. This is spinach squares. I'm going to give you the recipe for the spinach squares. All right, I need to get the recipe book, sorry. But these are spinach squares. I put in a bunch of spinach, chopped up spinach, 2 teaspoons of vinegar, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, some salt to taste, a bit of sugar, then a cup of flour and a cup of chana flour, half a cup of mealie meal, and 1.5 cups of yogurt. But you don't have to use the yogurt. Vegans can use the coconut milk, with a little bit more of lemon juice. And yeah, that's it. And you mix it all
And your
up.
raising agent?
No raising agent.
Okay.
Yes. And just mix all up, pack it up in a baking tray, and sprinkle a little bit of sesame seeds, and then cut it up. And then I normally use the samosa strips, the samosa strips. But today I just use what's this? The what? The spring roll strip. I didn't have the samosa strips, so I just used the spring roll strip. And it's just so easy because this I normally make a whole lot and freeze it. And whenever I get visitors and things, you just fry it up and serve it with tea or coffee. So the samosa, the strips are a little bit longer normally, but you just put that in and roll it up. And a little bit of paste with water and flour to seal it up. And you can make a whole lot in no time. But the freezing as well, when you are packing it, pack it in a container, but layer each row with cling wrap.
Do you fry these or bake them?
Yes, fry them. You can
Okay.
bake them. You need to then with the brush oil on both sides or all sides, and bake it in the oven. Also comes out quite nice, but this one was fried in oil.
Looks divine.
Yes, can also be served with the tamarind sauce or chili sauce, or what's the other one? The cream sauce. So this is the other dish.
Wonderful.
Any questions, anything? Anyone? Is the spinach squares baked? Sorry, yes, the spinach squares are baked, and it needs half a cup oil as well in the mixture. And this is the roly-polies that were rolled in front of you.
Wow.
And those sauces, the chili sauce and the tamarind sauce, can be also eaten with this. So that's it.
Thank you.
From Shirley.
Is there anything you'd like to ask Sister Shirley? It doesn't have to be of these two recipes. She's quite versatile. Whenever you go to visit the center, the soul and body are both deeply nourished.
Om Shanti Chedi Ben.
Om Shanti.
I would like to ask, I think I didn't get it properly. The spinach, when you cut it, after that, you before you do this mixing, you cook it or just put it raw?
And no, you cook it with a bit of oil. Yes, just till the water drains off, and then add it to the mashed potato, the spiced mashed potato, and then you make a tomato chutney, let the water dry off and add it and mix it up. That was the filling that I used here, but you can use a filling of any of your preference.
Thank you. Less chili.
Thank
Less
you.
chili, yes. Anybody else has any questions for Sister Shirley or Sister Pam so far? Someone, I hope you're noting down all the virtues together with the recipes and the tips that are coming across.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time and attention. I hand you over to Sister Vidya. She's an
Thank you,
expert
Sister Shirley.
all different types of sweets, but today she's doing one type of sweet, and I'm sure in our next demos she will do many types. Their sweets are 15, 20 minutes only, and you get beautiful sweets.
Welcome, Sister Vidya.
Oh, Shanti, so
Om
sweet.
Shanti.
My family and all. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time, but really nice to be here. Anyway, today I'm going to make a cashew almond burfi. I need to vegan, but if you want to, you can add ghee, but I've used vegan butter. But and it's quick and it's easy. I would think it takes about 15 minutes. And I haven't got the prepared product. So what I want to say,
Just a little louder, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so it's the cashew almond burfi. Okay, so there's a little preparation to be done. What you need to do is you need to take your almonds and soak it for 15 minutes in some boiling water. And you have to skim them. Okay, so when you skim them, this is what it would look like. Okay, right? Then you take cashew nuts. Cashew nuts, it's like this, and then you got to powder it. You got to grind it up into your little NutriBullet or whatever mixer you have, right? And also, yeah, so we've got here the cashew. The almonds have to be blanched in hot boiling water, and you have to remove the skin. Once you put it in a mixer or a NutriBullet, this is what it would look like. All right, so what we're going to do is, I haven't prepared anything in advance, but it's quite simple. It's great. Switch it on. So what we're going to do, so we have the almond, which is grounded. We have the cashew that's grounded. What we need to do is we need to add a half a cup of sugar and a quarter cup of water. Okay. Yeah, it's quarter cup of water. And we have a half a cup of sugar. If you want, you can add more sugar, but I think half cup is just right. The original recipe does have more. I think the original recipe had 1 cup, but we've reduced it. We tried to sort of customize it according to everybody's health needs. So what we're going to do is we're going to stir till it dissolves. Okay. And you can experiment with other nuts, as in like if you have pecan nuts, you have macadamia nuts. So today what we've done is we've used almonds and we've used cashew. But just this basic recipe, you can improvise with other nuts. Something that's available, you can even do it with peanuts. We have peanuts. And if you want to, this I've used two almonds and cashew. But if you feel that you want to only use cashew or only almonds, it will still work. Okay, so this is not really, I mean, the recipe is, it doesn't take very long, but it's not something that you could, there's no shortcuts. There's really no shortcuts. You have to make sure that the sugar dissolves completely in the water, okay? I'm going to reduce the heat slightly.
So it's like you're making it into a slight syrup.
Yes, okay. And but we're not going to make it caramel, not caramelize it, okay? As long as it's so like transparent, okay? And this is where we can add in some some cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon. Okay.
You can see a chef's 1/4 teaspoon quite generously, just with the flow from the bottle.
Okay, all right. Okay, so this is our grounded almonds, okay? Any questions, anyone? So I actually reduced the heat. I can just go medium. I think it's too high. What we're going to do is we're going to cook it for about 5 minutes. Okay. And thereafter, what we do is when it leaves the side of the pot, that's when you know that it's done. Remember, there's not much cooking to be done here.
So this is quite an instant sweet meat that one can make.
Yes, especially, you know, when you don't have too much time available, especially when I need, you know, at the Brahma Kumaris on a Thursday morning, we offer bhog, and so this is a nice one. And it makes about, this recipe makes about 21 pieces.
Just with 1 cup and 1 cup.
Yes, 21 pieces, but this is the mold that I use, but it's around, I think, 1 tablespoon. Okay, let me check that.
So whilst this is cooking, Sister Vidya, maybe you can share with us some wonderful tips on making sweets of this kind. I'm sure you've made variety of different, we call them tolis, but different sweets. And you've realized that through all of them, there are certain things, if you get right, then everything else kind of falls into place. So what are some of the tips that you can share whilst we're waiting for this to cook about some of the things you have realized are very handy in any sweet making?
So, you know, I think key is like you need to prepare in advance, but I think the main ingredient is love. The main ingredient is love, but make sure all your, you know, you prepare in advance. Make sure all your ingredients are out, measured if you can. And yeah, I think, you know, it's not something that you need curry, but make sure that, you know, you have some music in the background, or even if it's not music, play music in your own mind. That's what I do. I just sing. And yeah, I just love making sweets for Baba.
Mm.
That's the only thing actually I like making for Baba.
And today we see many more people having certain dietary needs due to
Yeah.
health conditions. And so sometimes they think, well, I can't eat any sweet anymore. But I see you have the ability to improvise a lot. So what are the kind of common substitutes you're finding are becoming more and more useful in this kind of sweet making?
So what they've done, I mean, what I have experimented is like, instead of like cane sugar, like the normal sugar that we use, the white sugar, you can start using jaggery powder. Do you know what's jaggery powder? It's now
Yes.
available in Indonesia. Jaggery is gourd, which in Hindi they call it gourd, but you can use jaggery. Then you can use maple syrup. You can use honey. I know vegans don't use honey, but maple syrup and jaggery is a good substitute. There's, I think, coconut sugar, palm sugar, but I haven't seen it. It's only at the, I think, certain specialty shops. So if you don't want to use sugar, you can use all these other substitutes. I'm not sure how it would work out with the, you know, they use xylitol, then they use erythritol. I haven't used stevia. I haven't used that. I don't really know. But yeah, jaggery definitely works with all the mithais as well. So can you see now that it's kind of, it's moving away from the side? Okay, so this is where, if you're not vegan, you could put ghee, all right? But I'm going to put in some vegan butter, or you can use 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Coconut oil, yeah.
So you first ensure that the nuts were well cooked in the water and the sugar.
In the syrup, basically.
In the syrup.
Yeah. So this is all, I'm doing everything on very low heat.
And a non-stick pan like the one you have, I suppose, is very useful.
Yeah, definitely. But it doesn't really matter, because I know in India they use that aluminium, you know, the kadai they get.
Yeah.
They use that. But it's got to be thick paste.
And so the spices, I mean, the flavorings you've put in here is just basically elachi powder.
Elachi powder, okay. And if you want, then it's up to you. If you want, like a lot of people put a little bit of rose essence. Okay, that's all.
Rose essence, yes.
Rose essence. But I haven't done that. I just got a little bit extra elachi. That's it. Okay, I think we're done. It's moving away from the side. Can you see?
Yes. This is such a beautiful lesson, because even in life, when you're well cooked, you kind of become very inwardly secure, and you are able to, it's very important. It's when you move away from the sides and supports that hold you back. Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's so beautiful. We have to take time to be well cooked as spiritual beings, isn't it?
Most definitely. Okay, so now it's time for letting it cool down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I've done is I've taken a I've taken some butter paper. Everybody is aware of what butter paper? Parchment paper?
Yeah, or do they call it wax wrap paper? Is that the same? No?
It's butter, parchment paper, am I right? Yeah.
Okay.
So what I've done is I'm just gonna put that in here. And I'm just gonna show you, there's two ways you could do it. You could make it into like a little block, or what I like is I like molding it. So when we mold, we get exact size. And it does look very pretty. These ones. That's the
That
one
looks
that,
pretty.
yeah, just makes it look pretty. Okay, so it depends how thin you want it. It's all up to you. Okay. Okay, so now what we do is now it's time for decoration. So I've got pistachios and I've got almonds. It's always nice to make things look pretty, you know. They say some people eat with their eyes.
Yeah,
Right?
true. Presentation is also an important part in cooking. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a little cardamom here. Just a little bit because remember we did put in quite a bit. Just a little. Here we are. Okay, so what I do is I normally just fold over and I just press just to so the nuts can go in. So this doesn't take very long to set. Actually, it takes about 15 minutes to make and 15 minutes to set. Right? And if you feel that you want to make it, you want to mold it, let me show you how to do that. I'm going to remove this here and I'm going to show you how to mold. So if you don't have a fancy mold like this, then you get them in the Indian shops or you have to go to India to get it. Okay. If you don't, you can just use a normal tablespoon. Okay. And okay, now I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the way I put the nuts in, I'm going to put that at the bottom. So when I mold it out, the nuts are on there. Okay, yeah. You see that?
Yes.
And it depends.
So it's just using your India spoon now.
Yeah, now I'm using my India spoon. I wonder why. Just 1 second. Okay. If you want a bigger one, if you feel that you want to make it bigger, then there you go. Make it bigger.
Maybe one of the demos will teach us how to make that granola.
Yes.
Because, normally the centers do public program.
Yeah.
And that goes so quick. As well.
Is this not quick? This is okay.
No, this is also quick.
Okay, there we are.
Wonderful.
The parents of it, if you want, like I said, you can just cut it in like little blocks. And you cut it in like little diamonds, squares, or you can take a little cookie cutter and cut it into the way you want.
Wonderful.
Okay, we all done.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you. Any questions for Sister Vidya?
No questions. Like I said, you can improvise. I've used almonds and cashews, but you can use macadamias, you can use pecan nuts, you can use peanuts. Which other nuts do we get?
And what's the other one, brain one?
The brain one. Oh, okay, the brain one. Okay, walnuts.
Walnuts.
The one that they have. That's also a nice one. So yeah, it all depends what you want to make, but make it whatever you make it with lots and lots of love. So whoever's having it, they can feel the vibrations. Okay. Om Shanti. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Sister Vidya.
Can sit, Sister Dipti. You can just be a few minutes in silence. It would be nice if you do a little meditation to finish up.
Sure. So before we finish up and before we do the meditation, I'd like to just maybe get from all our viewers and those that are participants there, what virtues have you picked up? I invite all three, Sister Shirley, Sister Pam, Sister Vidya, and Sister Pam's granddaughter, Bhavani. I invite all of you to the front, and I'd like everyone to share, because consciousness with cooking and all these wonderful things become an opportunity for us to grow as people, as individuals. So what virtues have you picked up from these wonderful souls as they were preparing this afternoon? Whether you're online or whether you are present there, feel free to unmute and share. Brother Mari, what did you learn from these three sisters?
Om Shanti, angels, Dipti Venji, everyone. I really enjoyed. The one mistake, I came online, I should have been there physically to really enjoy the recipe.
Yeah, because now we're looking from a distance, yeah.
Okay, but still I felt it. It's very nice. Thank you so much.
What virtue did you pick up?
Accuracy. I saw the accuracy in when Shelly Ben was cutting that roly-poly. Then the completeness, like you already mentioned, after they have done the cooking, they are perfectly cleaned everything, leaving no mess. And then complete, and the other thing is, yeah, and the love. I saw the love, everything, everybody was cooking with a lot of love. I really enjoyed. I thank you so much, all of you. Good Pam Ben, Shelly Ben, Divya Ben, I feel I'm there, and Mr. Bhavani also. No, thank you so much, and your entertaining commentary as well.
So we've reached Botswana, right? It's wonderful. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Ben.
Pleasure. Sister Neera, what virtues did you pick up, Sister Neera?
Om Shanti, I picked up very intoxicated, very much. And
so we have to be happy when we cook.
Yes. Happiness and lots of love, you can see. Well done. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Neera Ben. It's so important, as Sister Neera was saying, we need to be happy when we are cooking. very often people find it a chore, and then the people who eat it also find it just as boring. But when I'm able to cook with love and I'm able to cook with virtue, it digests in the hearts of those who eat it. So how important our state of mind is when we are cooking. Anybody who's present there, who's been able to catch the fragrance, we are watching from a distance, but the fragrances and the things you have seen, maybe you'd like to share what virtues you picked up. Anybody?
What's about say?
I learned a lot, and from the ladies that's been cooking, a lot of wisdom is used when they cook. So sharing the recipes along the younger generation so that we can pick it up and also cook using mindfulness.
Yes.
And
Thank
it
you
smells
so much.
good.
What's your name?
Lushri.
Lovely, lovely. Wonderful. Anybody else like to share? Yes.
You guys are really missing out because it smells absolutely divine in here.
Yes, we know that. We can feel it. Yes. Yeah. What's the one virtue you picked up whilst they were cooking?
For me, I think it had to be patience. It can be a very stressful thing to be live on camera, but each lady dealt with it with grace and patience. So that was very great to watch.
Lovely, lovely. Great. Any, yes, Sister Audrey, tell us, Sister Audrey, God's right hand.
Spending time with Sister Shirley preparing. And it's such a pleasure working with Sister Shirley with so much of love and just taking all the benefits of how to make toadies and roly-polies. Yeah, so that's what I enjoyed. Thank you, Om Shanti Ben.
Wonderful, wonderful. See, there's all the wonderful goodies, but before we're going to indulge in them, we're going to do a short meditation and invite this energy. Yeah? Anybody else like to share from online before we close? There's some wonderful. Anybody else like to share anything? Yes? Okay. I invite us. Bhavani, you want to say something?
You asked earlier on what virtues were present, and I think for myself, it's definitely gratitude when it comes
Gratitude, yes.
Especially because it's a privilege sometimes to have access to this amount of food that we need to be grateful for what we make and what we can offer. And yeah, that's it.
It's so true. Today in the world, the scarcity is deep. And so these moments are important. Any last words, Sister Shirley, before we go into meditation?
It was just fun having to prepare with this lovely team. And there was so much energy of enjoyment and enthusiasm and love from everyone who was in the kitchen. Normally they say too many cooks spoil the broth, but the broth. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it was just so much fun and enjoyment. It was really lovely to see the enthusiasm from everyone. But thank you all for making the time to be with us. And if you do have any special requests, especially winter is coming up, please drop in a mail or a WhatsApp message to let us know if you would like to have anything special made to add for some of your treats.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for, you want to say something, Sister Vidya? Please do.
Yeah, I'm actually just wanting to know how many pieces I got out, because I'd love to know how many people, how many more angels I can see. So I
Oh.
see that I normally get 21, but today I got more. I don't know if it was just more love.
Yes, we are all online and we are in different places. So we need more to eat. Yeah.
How many online?
At the moment, we are 8 online. Yeah.
8 is enough. And how many?
8 is enough. It's a holy number. Yeah. Good. Okay.
Get more, but I would think this is a measurement of a tablespoon. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 25. How you like that?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Maybe
Okay.
but make it with lots of love.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I want to say thank you to you and all our friends that's here. Thank you. You always make a cookery demo so special, and adding your joyful energy that makes it even more special.
I very much appreciate and understand the effort that goes in beforehand. What you see here from 3 to 4:30 has been twice the amount of energy that has gone in this morning. So a heartfelt thanks to everybody that has been present in making this cookery demo possible. Thank you very much from the heart. Wonderful, wonderful. Here we sit. Now I invite all of us to sit together peacefully as we do our closing meditation, and then we can enjoy the meal together. Some of us virtually and some of us tangibly. Yeah. So
open your mouth, Vidya, when you put your tongue.
yes. So some of our participants are asking for the recipes. Sister Shirley, I'm sure we'll have them available for them. Sister Joshna is asking. Sister Joshna is also online, but I'm sure there are many more that would want these wonderful recipes. Thank you. So I invite you now to just sit comfortably for the next few minutes. The mind and the body and the senses had been drawn to touch, color, taste, aromas. And now for a very short while, we use our thoughts and the energy of our minds to allow this beautiful creation that has been created to be placed in the presence of pure energy. Anything that is prepared and first offered to the divine, who is the source of peace, the source of love, the source of purity, the source of joy. When anything we create, and I first place it in the presence of God, that which is created gets purified. So in this moment, with a lot of love and purity of the heart, we take this moment to offer this beautiful, wonderful, divine dishes that have been prepared today. And we allow God's purest energy to fill it with light, to fill it with love. And as I hold this experience, I feel the support of my Supreme Parent. This is the Mother and Father, the one who's the provider and the sustainer. So as I place these beautiful dishes in front of that Supreme Source and allow the purity to touch every grain and fill it with so much light and love, I experience this as a holy offering. I experience this as prasadam. I experience this as blessed food, which I then partake in to allow both soul and body to be nourished and blessed with divine energy. Thank you, O Supreme Source of light and love, for being the true Mother and Father, the one who nourishes and sustains my life. In your presence now, with your purest vibrations, that I've offered this to you and then will be shared with everyone. Om Shanti. Thank you all. Enjoy the meal.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dipti Ben.
Thank you.
Om Shanti Dipti Ben, thank you, beautiful.
Thank you, Nira.
Om Shanti. Thank you again. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Shanti.
Just more rooms.
Thank you, Joshna Ben.